and a very warm welcome to Sports Today. We are continuing our interaction in the ongoing Ultimate Table Tennis League, and I have one very interesting personality here. If you want to know what is the definition of the passing of the torch in table tennis, I have that individual right in front of me. Snehit, thank you so much for taking time out and joining us for this special interaction.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. And
Yeah,
yes.
Snehit, I just cannot. It is still a very memorable moment for me. WTT, when you look at the Chennai event, last game, you versus Sharath Kamal, disciple facing the master. You have idolized Sharath Kamal like all of us. Sharath Kamal is one of the legends that we have in table tennis when you talk about India. How was that moment? Were you glad that yes, in his final match you beat Sharath, or it felt a bit sad that I've beaten Sharath in his retirement? Was it a bittersweet moment for you?
Yeah, first of all, I will start with how Sharath Anna has been my inspiration and an idol since I was a little guy, little kid. And I often go to him I go to Chennai to train under him. And for the matter of fact, on Monday day after tomorrow, I'm going to Chennai to play with him. So he's always been helping me. He's like a mentor to me. And then I'm a fan of his style also. So I always watch his matches keenly. And when Sharath Anna was playing his last match in Chennai, even the first round when he was playing an Australian, even though I had a match later in the evening. I went 1 hour before to the hall to watch him play. Maybe that could have been his last match. So I idolized him so much. And when I got to know that I am playing him, yeah, it was a weird situation for me because I want to I want him to move ahead in the tournament, but then at that moment, at least at that period, I had to win for myself. So I don't know if you look at me after winning my match, like my instant reaction was to, like celebration, but then I couldn't. I really couldn't. I just stopped myself. Okay, this is not my moment. It is his moment. So I just stepped aside and okay, I was glad that I won the match, but then I was also sad that his career has come to an end.
Yeah, for 2 decades, Sharath has been carrying the flag of India in table tennis so high. So many events, he's been the ultimate inspiration, and he got better with age. But then in the UTT, Snehit, I'm pretty much sure you would have made your mentor proud by the display that you had against Quadri. It was a fabulous game, and you made a very interesting point. You had planned certain things that you will not do against Quadri. How do you execute that when you plan something? How do you execute it? Because I think I heard you say, I will not hit it to Quadri's forehand, I will do something different. So how did you plan to take down a very highly ranked table tennis player when you look at it?
Yeah, so the last match of the league was really a great moment for me winning Quadri Aruna. So it is no secret that Quadri has an amazing forehand, probably one of the best, like destructive forehands out there. It's no secret. And then so my goal was to pin him to his backhand. But then my plan was also to keep him guessing. If he knows that I'm pinning to his backhand, he will step around and use his big forehands. So normally, if you see in the match, I was going really hard to the forehand corner, like really hard, or I was going really soft to the backhand corner where he can't fit. So each time when I got my attack, so I kept him guessing where the ball would go. If it will go really wide in the corner, or maybe the softer ones to the backhand. So this was the plan, but executing it, I didn't expect myself to actually do it that good. Like everything's going really to the pan, and then he has really heavy services, like very spinny. So I had some troubles there. Each set I lost many points on receiving, but other than that, when I was serving, I felt I was really aggressive. I didn't give him the chance to attack, and then that gave me a lot of confidence that when I was attacking, I was winning points.
Snehit, when you talk about UTT, how important is it for many people? You are not one of the products of the UTT. You made your mark in Chennai in one of the Masters event that happened. But UTT, how does it help to cope up with pressure? Say, for example, your next goal might be Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, Olympics in the end. How does it ensure that you cope up with the pressure? Because everybody's saying the league style of the UTT, the format is such You're always under pressure. How do you cope up with it?
Uh, Also, okay, you might not say that I'm not a product of UTT, but then I have been in UTT the last couple of seasons, so I have gained a lot of experience. Maybe my performance didn't peak at the UTT yet. Maybe it came later on, but then every time I was in a UTT season, this couple of weeks or 2 or 3 weeks, I've gained a lot of exposure, which I don't get anywhere else. So when I'm in UTT or say any players in UTT, every day we are training with a proper structure. We have a foreign coach, we have a couple of foreign players, and then we are also exchanging with other teams. And then I'm playing internet matches with international players in a back-to-back basis. So even this season, if you look at me, the first three matches I actually lost to international players, 1-2. I mean, picking a set with them is good, but then I was not very happy with myself because I didn't win. But then as the league was going on, I got a lot of feedback after my matches. Like I know where I have to work on. So me with my coach Somnath Ghosh, we were constantly working, and that's how my main my peak came at the end. But I would say the whole league, the whole 2 weeks when I was practicing with other players, even when I was losing to other players, I got a lot of feedback which helped me be better. So in that way, I would say just being in this environment when you are seeing how the top players in the world are training, how they're approaching each match, having them in your team and their mindset. Even me, like in my team, there was Walter Ricardo. He was really a top player, and then me and my coach, we learned a lot of things from him. So, which I'm actually excited to, try and put it in the training hall and see if it helps me. So for the players, it's a big thing to have such an exposure.
Sneh, the last couple of questions. I mean, in table tennis, I always ask this question to other players also. And yes, we are getting international exposure also. Many of the foreign players are coming. But we all know that the ultimate superpower in table tennis is China. And the Chinese players have dominated for decades. What do you think? I mean, going into the next 3 years, I mean, you've got 3 very important years to build up to major events. How do you think, are we catching up with the Chinese when you have to look at, say, okay, we can match them with their skills? It's only the mental thing that we need to overcome. Or do you think we are still slightly lagging behind?
If you look at the growth, personally, I would say we are really catching up. Okay, maybe not in the senior category as yet. If you follow the junior events, I see our team Ankur Bhattacharya and a few other players
Yes.
who have started beating the top Chinese. So the mindset is shifting. The new generation, me and our juniors, we are not really scared of playing Chinese anymore. Maybe like 10 years from now, like people really had this mental block. I see it going away, and from looking at the juniors, you can tell that okay, we are not really. I mean, we don't have this kind of mental block, and I would say slowly, I would say if we start winning them in doubles and if you start winning them in like different players beating each players, I think it'll slowly come. I really can't give you a timeline. How many years will it take? But I really see it really coming close. Like we not fearing Chinese.
And the last question, Snehit, what are your plans now? A UTT season, how would you rate this season of the UTT for you personally on a scale of 10? And what is the plan now? I mean, your preparation obviously will be for Asian Games and for the Olympics in 2028. What is the plan apart from that?
Answering the first question, actually, after the first three matches, I wouldn't. I was not convinced that I was having a great season. I was having a okay season. I have not won a match, but then I was picking one game from each player in the first three matches. So, but then the last match being so good for me winning 3-0 suddenly shifted the whole perspective. And that's what happens in sports. You don't know, like one day it can change so many things. And now suddenly I feel so confident. And when I look back at the league, I have played 12 sets. I have won six and lost six, 50%, but I have played only with foreign players. I mean, so if you look at that way, I'm not disappointed. I won't say I'm very happy or excited, but then it really gives me a lot of confidence. I'm like, I'm on par with players who are much more ahead of me, and that gives me a lot of confidence. In a scale of 10, uh, it's not easy. Maybe after the last match, maybe seven. I would been more happy if I would have won more matches, but that's the thing. You are never too happy with your performance. But then, not happy is in a way where I want to keep doing better. but then I'm also proud of myself for picking one game and also to have one Aruna. And answering the second question, right now my next big tournament is US Smash. It's in Las Vegas from July
Uh,
3rd. So it's a big tournament. So I think the best 110 players in the world come. So I want to peak in this tournament. So for the next couple of weeks, I'll be training. For the 1 week, I'm going to Sharath Kamal's Anna's academy. I'll be training under him for a week, and then the second week I'll be in Saarbrücken in Germany. In
yeah,
Germany, I want to train in Germany for a week. So I'm having a two stop before going to USA, and from Germany I'm going to Vegas. That's when
Vegas.
Vegas. So my immediate goal is to to train and then also have a lot of feedback from UTT, so I know what I have to work on, what is working well for me, which I have to sharpen more.
All right, all right. So that was Snehit for me. I've become a fan ever since Chennai, Snehit, of your play, and one hopes that in 26 or 28 or even earlier we see you win WTT events on a much more global scale. Plus, Asian Games is as tough, if not tougher, than the Olympics also. So we hope Snehit can
Thank
do
you.
it for India in 26 and in 28 in Los Angeles. Big honor to talk to you, Snehit.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much
much.
for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Sneh.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you.